Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. So today we'll be discussing about the SQL part. So these are the main contents that I'll be going to discuss. So without any further delay, let's jump into the concept. So let us see introduction to SQL and what SQL actually means. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is also called SQL. It is a language where we use to interact with the database. So this is basically like it is SQL's main application is CRUD. That means you create, you read, you update, and then you delete. This is the main application. So now we'll discuss. Okay, in SQL, there are two types of there are actually two types of database data. One is relational, and the other one is non-relational. So, a relational database. In relational database, the data is actually stored in the form of tables that will be having rows and then the columns. Whereas a non-relational, it has no structure. There is no schema in it. So it can be stored in a key value pair, document base, something like that. In SQL, like in a relational database, they have a fixed schema, whereas a non-relational they don't have. So the example goes like MySQL and all, and for the non-relational database it is MongoDB. Okay, there are main three commands in the SQL like DDL, DML, DCL. DDL is data definition language. This has create, alter, and then the drop. Here in create, you create a table. Alter command is used in altering the data in the table. Drop command is in order to drop the table. DML stands for data manipulation language that has select, insert, update, and delete. Select, you can either select any columns in a table, you can insert the data, you can update the existing data, or you can also delete. DCL is control language. It is grants and it revokes the permission to the user in order to access. So what actually database means? Database, it is a system. Okay, it allows the user to store the data. It acts like a storage part. So what is the actual difference between Excel and the database? In Excel, even a non-trained person can also use it, but database is not like only the experienced or the trained person can use. So in Excel, it is like it stores less data, whereas the database stores the huge amount. And these are some difference. You can go through it again. So these are some SQL databases: Oracle, Snowflake, Microsoft, Postgres, MySQL. These are some examples. So let us see the data types, primary key, foreign key, and then the constraint. What is the structure? See, this is the column, this is the row. This is how the SQL is stored in a table. Okay. This is the entity like ER diagram. Previously there were many many symbols that are used in indicating the entities, attributes, relations and all. So as of now we are using like this system. So in order to create a table, what all is needed? We need a data type. We need to identify the primary key or the foreign key. And we also have to know the constraints and then the following SQL commands. So let us see the data types. What data types are? It defines what value a column can store, like int, float, and all. So some examples are like character, varchar, int, float, bool, date, time, and all. So let's see what all it does. So int does, it stores integer value. Float, it stores the decimal point. Bool, it stores the boolean, that is true or false value. Char, that is the character, fixed length of number. letters and all. Varchar, it is a combination of the character and then the variable. Date has a fixed format of year followed by month and followed by date, whereas date time has date followed with the time as well. So a primary key and foreign key. So what actually primary key and foreign key? Primary key, it has a, like, for every table it can only be, there can only be one primary key. Okay, primary key can never be null. Yeah, primary key can never be null. Okay, and then a single row cannot have a same primary key, so it is unique. Okay, and then it ensures data integrity, like that means it provides a duplicate, like it prevents the duplication of the record. Okay, and then come the foreign key. So what actually foreign key does is, like what it actually means is, here foreign key in one column, it refers to the primary key of another table. Okay, like there will be two tables. Okay, in one table the primary key, in the second table it will be referred as, like the foreign key here will be referred as the primary key of this. It refers to foreign key. Here it allows the duplicate. It can also contain, foreign key can also contain a null value. It prevents the invalid data insertion. So now we talk about constraints. Okay, constraints are like, it is a rule applied to a table or a column to restrict the type of data. That means, see, okay, this is the format. Here you create a table, student. Okay, name can be a varchar. Okay, but it should not be null. This not null, that is the constraint. Okay, it is a specific rule. It ensures the accuracy and the reliability of the data. So let us see types of constraints. It can be like, here you can put like not null and all. That is actually the syntax how do we use the constraint. So some common constraints are not null. Not null ensures that the value cannot be null. Unique ensures that the value or the name that you use should be unique from other. Primary key, it is the combination of not null and then foreign key, as you already know. Checks these ensures like specific condition. Check if it is greater than, if like a check if age is greater than 18. That is a constraint. And default, like it has no value specified, and then the create index. So thus I'll be putting down another video on installing the PostgreSQL. So I'll post it again. So now let's come to see how do we create a database table. So this is the syntax. Okay, so you create table. The one more thing is, SQL is not case sensitive. You can all either go with the caps or with the small, that doesn't matter, the syntax doesn't go wrong, but then you have to end the thing with semicolon. Semicolon act as a separator. You have to end it with semicolon, else it will be an error. I mean, like it won't give you the output if you did not. So this is the syntax for creating a table. You create table and then you give any table name, like create table student. So let us see what all does the student has. Student, first one is like name, student name, that will be varchar. It should be unique, right? Yeah. And then roll number is int, even that should be unique. Here the name can be a primary key. Here we use for the roll number we can use what can we use, unique we can use. So similarly I'll give another like the example is here. Create a table, like you are creating a table named called customer. So what all does the customer has? It can have customer ID with customer name, age of the customer, and the city, and then the salary. See, customer ID, it should be a int of 8. Int 8 does means like int 16, int 32. It is just like an int a for 8 bits. Okay, that in customer ID is a primary key. Okay, that has been uniquely identified. And customer name cannot be null. Age also cannot be null. So city, it is a characteristics which is of 50 spaces will be given. So salary is a numeric value. So now let us see how to insert into the table, update, delete the values, and also alter, drop and truncate. So inserting, so this is the insert, like you add new row, or like you also update an existing row. So sorry, this is this is the insert part. Okay, you add new rows or new data to the table. So you insert into the table name. Okay, you will give this the values here should be in a similar order, like it should be in the same order. Okay, as it is given. You okay, for this, for the customer ID, you are inserting into the customer having all these names, attributes, and then corresponding the tuple values. Okay, and then you update, like here, see, if it is 1 and you need to make it 11. So, okay, you do update the table name. What is the table name here? Update customer. Okay, you set customer ID. Okay, here you set customer ID is equals to 1, sorry, 11. Similarly with other part. Okay, you do what all you want. Here you need to only change the 1 into 11 part. So you give what do you give? Update customer customer ID is equals to 11, customer name is equals to Sam, age will be like 29, city will be same, and salary will be same. At what place you need to do, where the ID is actually 1. Okay, there it will get some changes, or it will get updated. That is how the update command works. And then when you come to the alter command, what it actually does is that like you use add, delete, or you modify the existing table, and this sense you alter the actual table. See, you can alter the table name. Okay, you can alter the table, like you see here the table is customer. Okay, you need to add another other column name, like customer number. So what you can do is you do alter, see, alter table customer, add add column customer number. And if you need to drop the existing this city, you do, instead of add, you drop the city column. Okay, and then like in order to modify the data type, column name along with the data type. Okay, see, the examples are given here. You add the column along with the data type. You do again, here you alter, you are changing the var char to the char. Okay, and then you are dropping the gender column. How do we delete the values from the table? Okay, people mostly get confused between deleting and truncating. Okay, truncating is completely different from deleting. I'll discuss it later, but let us see what actually delete a value does means. So delete, it deletes the existing record in the table. Okay, see here, if you want to delete this, okay, it gets deleted, id 3. Okay, where customer delete from the customer where customer ID is 3. Okay, when here, in order to, when it is a drop table command, it deletes the complete table itself. Okay, when it is truncate, it deletes the data inside the table but not the table itself. Oh, sorry, people always, okay, drop does means is you completely delete the table. Here truncate does means is it deletes only the data inside the table, but the table does remains the same. So now let's see select and where clause. Okay, you are actually creating you create a table. Okay, you create a table classroom that is having roll number. This is table created, and you insert into the classroom in this like in this order these values you will insert. Okay, so the table is created. So in order to select everything from the uh, if all the values from the table you do, I'm sorry, so you do select for everything you use star. Okay, star from, oh sorry, star from, okay, from classroom. Okay, you do select star from classroom. That will be in the next part. Yeah, that is what this is, the select statement actually. So yeah, select, if you need to select the column, like if you need to select a particular column, you write the column name and then the table. If you need to select more than one column, you like column 1 comma column 2. Okay, this is to select everything from the table. You need to select a unique or like completely like there will be if you need to select the country, okay, there will be many duplicated duplications of the same country, but you need to select only the unique one. There you use distinct value, like distinct as a keyword. Okay, this is how the select statement works. And in order to, like, if you want to count how many distinct or unique fields are there, you write count of I'm unable to write here, but here you like you put this distinct column name, before that you write count of. Okay, that is what you does. Okay, now comes to where clause. Like where clause is like it gives the condition only and gives the output only if the condition satisfies. So this is the syntax, like select column name from the table. Okay, like where the condition is, see, you select the name from classroom, okay, where grade is A. Here the output will be only the names of only the names of students who got grade A, and all the students who got apart from A will be deleted, or like you don't get it. Only the student who got number of students who got on A, only their names will be displayed. Okay, now we'll see the operations, or sorry, operators in SQL. We mainly have this arithmetic or like comparison, logical, and then bitwise. Okay, you know what arithmetic is: plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then the modulus. And then comparison is equals to, not equals to, greater than, like, or equal to. Logical operators are all in between, and bitwise operators. Okay, now let's see the limit clause. Limit clause is means like only that number of outputs will be given. Like if the limit is 5, only 5 rows will be output. Okay, below that it will not. If it is 1, only first row will be given. Order by clause. Order by clause is like it might be ascending order or descending order. It gives, like, see, it is already said a default it will be ascending, sorry, default it will be descending, but if in case you need some ascending, you have to do ASC. importing, I'll show it while installing, like by the next coming videos when I do hands-on. So next would be the string function. Okay. Functions in SQL are the database project objects that contains a set of SQL statements perform specific task. A function that accepts the input parameters, prefers the actions, and then return the result. Okay, so what does this actually means is, function in SQL, it is a predefined operation. Okay, it is used to perform some calculation, like see, it is like round, that gives the round off value, upper it gives converts into the uppercase, lower conversion, like these are like predefined operations. So sometimes like system, like two types, system defined function and then user defined function, just like other coding programming languages. So let us see what are some system defined functions. So the upper, it converts the field into uppercase, lower does the lower case, length, it will return the fixed length, text field length if you have set it. Then it substring extract the substring, like in rabbit extracting bit, something like that. And now returns the current system date and time. Format, it is used in setting formats of the field. Concat is cut two or more string together, replacing, like x replacing y means x will be replaced by y, so instead of x we'll be using y. Trim is like that is the trial spacing thing. Now let's talk about the, pardon, yeah. So now let's talk about the aggregate function. Okay, so what aggregate function actually does? Okay, aggregate functions, like these are also functions in SQL. It operates on the group of rows, it will be operated on a group of rows and then return a single value. Okay, that means when you do count, as I already said, when with the distinct part, count does means it counts number of total number. Sum of all the values, it gives average, it gives the average. Okay, just like the min, max, and then round. Group by and halving clause. So group by statement, see here, like on what column name is, like on what column you need to group the complete data, that will be given. I mean, like, so for the, in the example, you select the mode and the sum of the amount as total. Okay, so total and then mode from the payment table. Okay, here you group by based on the mode may be UPI, or the, like let's take an example of two modes, UPI mode and the cash mode. Okay, so here there will be two modes. Okay, then you calculate the total sum, but the sum will be given in a two separate way. One is of UPI mode and the other one is of cash. Okay, it will be given in two separate way. That is how group by works. Halving clause. Okay, halving clause is like, it is like a filter that is applied. See, you have here, you have group mode. Okay, you have you have two modes, and then the halving is like the amount, like the group by will be grouped, like the output will be given if the amounts count is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, and then the order by is of like descending, it can be of any order. So now see, like what is the order of execution. Select, first is a select from where, yeah, I need you guys to answer this part. Write down the comments below, like what is the order, you know. So I guess you guys are done. So the actual order would be a select, yeah, what is the actual order? People here don't get confused between the execution order and then the writing order. Okay, execution order is different from writing order. Writing order is a select from, where, group by, halving, order by, and then limit. But the execution order varies. Execution order starts from, where, group by, halving. After that it will be select and then the order by and then the limit. Okay, don't get confused between the execution or order and then the writing order. Next we'll be going with timestamp and extract. Timestamp like means the time. Okay, so the time will be in the format of this. Date will be in the format of year followed by month and then the day. Year will be in like triple wise, like 4 wise, or then the 2 wise, like the 25 26 or 2025 2026. Time stamps with like date followed by like time. Time stamp zone is time, date, time, and then the time zone. So these are all some functions you can use. This gives the time zone. It shows now gives the exact like current time of the day, and then the current time and then the current date. Extract function. Extract function like see it extracts the input from like output from this, where the date field from a table. Okay, here it extracts the year, quarter, month, hour, a day, and then the day of week and day of year. Okay, so extract function it is used in retrieving a specific component of date and time. Okay, so now if you come into the main part, that is joins. Joins has types of joins in it, like the left, right, self, inner, outer, and all. So come now, let's discuss what joins actually means. Okay, join, as like the name suggests, it is used in combining. Okay, so these are some examples. See? Here, two of this are combining to give this customer ID from this, first name, last name. Here there is no address ID. Okay, but here is the address ID. This is coming. Okay, these two are combining to give out this. Now see how much amount was paid by customer Madan and what was the payment mode. Here you combine both of this because you need customer named Madan, okay, and his payment mode too. So you need both of this, you need to combine. Okay, types of join, as you already said earlier, inner, left, right, and then the full join. So inner join, it is like the intersection, it gives only the intersected part. So the output here will be x1, I mean only this will, okay, this will be the output, not x3 and x4. It will be x1 y1 x2 y2 because 1 2 1 2 are the intersecting part. Select same thing, select column name from a table, you join the other with the other table. When you are combining, these should be same. on having table A dot column name should be equal to table B dot column name. Okay, you join customer as C and then the inner join payment as PA. On C, customer ID from C should be equal to customer ID to in P. Same with the left join, you only get the left part. So okay, here see all the records from the left table and matched with the right table. Okay, you'll only get these x1 and x2. Same in right join, you get y1 and y2. In full join, it is like the union, you get x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. Which join to use? Like when inner join, if you want to return the record having the matching values both the table, it is intersection. Okay, left join, if you want all the records from the left table and that should be matched with right table. Right join, all the records from the right table that is matched with the records of the left table. Full join, you need the entire part. Okay, so just look at this. This is the left join. Left with intersection part, left with not without intersection part. Okay, complete join, leaving out the intersection part. This is right without intersection, right with intersection, and then the intersection. See, this is left join as usual, and this is complete right join, and this is the inner join, this is the full join. These three are, you have to, like, new to you and you guys have to see. Until this here is same, where B dot key, like B's value should be null. Here A's value will be null. Okay, here where A is null, A can also be null, and B can also be null. Okay, so the self join is like table joins to itself. Okay, it is a regular join where the table is joined to itself. It is powerful compared to other comparing values in column of rows and as like number of columns, and then the rows remains same. Okay, here table as T1 and then the other will give the other name as same T2 for the same table T2, and then here there is no need because like things will be same, but then since you are giving the name different, you have to write it. Find the name of the respective manager of each employee. See here what happens is manager ID is 3. So here for Agni, Dhriti is the manager. Okay. For Akash, Vayu is the manager. For Dharti, Akash is the manager, and then for Vayu, Dharti is the manager. Okay, did you find? Yeah. You select employee name from table 1 and then the employee name from table 2. You join from employee as table 1 and join employee at table 2, where here employee ID will be equal to manager ID. You should do that. Okay. So this is some part, and then from union I'll be discussing it tomorrow. After that I'll be doing CTF and then window function. Later on we'll go with hands-on part. So thank you so much. If you feel that the content is useful to you, please do like, subscribe, and then share. Thank you for watching the video.